Hello everyone, Lissa here, and welcome to the Astrology Zodiac chat channel. This video is dedicated to Capricorn at the early degree placements. So in your natal chart, you want to take a look at wherever you have planets in the early degrees of Capricorn, 0, 1, or 2 degrees. And don't forget to watch that introductory video because it gives an explanation of some of these early degrees and how they affect us, and before you attempt to read your own chart. And again, we're going to liken those to kind of a toddler-like behavior because it's the unrefined version of these new degrees. So we'll take a look. Capricorn is stereotypically considered hardworking and ambitious and responsible, and on the negative side, it can be maybe some stubbornness or overworking, procrastination, pessimism. So if we take some of these commonly understood traits and apply them to the early degree placements in the planet, we'll start with Mars, the warrior planet. So how would we think that Capricorn might argue and function in conflict? Well, at these early degrees, we can again liken that to that toddler-like thinking. Perhaps they'd become overly negative or point fingers or fail to accept any blame of personal responsibility for things that they've done. Any participation in the situation, they'll shrug off to not their fault. They may be stubborn in their thinking or aloof about your opinion, resulting in maybe grudges or repressed or unresolved situations. We apply that same energy, the early degrees of Capricorn, to Venus, and understand that the conflict, revolution, or arguments may not be the Capricorn strong point in relationships, but it still may be a difficult communication because their partner may be unhappy with the results of the disagreement with that aloof, early degrees of Capricorn. And not to mention their tendency to overwork. So if they're not happy in that relationship, maybe they just spend more time at work. Or perhaps these are toxic relationships at work where their boss and the person aren't getting along, or their coworkers. There's more relationships than just the romantic ones. So even if they were a supervisor, their relationship with their employees could be a little strained in these early degrees. So we take a look at Mercury in the same early degrees of Capricorn. It can focus around the person maybe being one-sided. They may speak about everything that they want to talk about, or invite you to things associated with their success or things they enjoy, or likely talk about their work accomplishments and rather than asking about your job. They can make friends at work easily because they spend a great deal of time there, but it still may be a superficial relationship and one-sided. On a positive note, this placement usually has some good self-care because they like to focus on themselves. They might be good at interviewing for jobs because they can sell themselves to that prospective employee as they're the best person for the job. Let's take Moon in Capricorn in the early degrees. They can be a bit emotionally moody and have some inner conflicts with themselves, and they may feel internally ambitious, but they lack that grounded earth energy. Is just not going to get up and take that drive to take action sometimes. So you might find them on the sofa where they're manifesting on these grand ideas internally, but their desires not being accomplished because they just don't have that motivation quite yet. They might have those skills in place, but just not the right time for them to pursue. So that could be a difficult placement for them. The Sun with early degrees in Capricorn, you have that unrefined, childlike placement that could create an individual that maybe focuses on and has the drive to get to the job early, but they're just not performing the job well. They might accept a position that puts their actual physical being in jeopardy because they're so driven to succeed. They'll take any job as a means to an end of their financial gain. They don't have any advanced thinking or the repercussions that might come from accepting the job. They just know that they want that job, they're out to get it, and there's the ambition. The other people around them, they may use them to succeed as well. They kind of step on people to climb to the top where you need to be. And overworking their employees or their coworkers in order to either relax on the job or to make them shine a little bit. On a positive note, these early degrees will probably have money early in life because they're certain to find a job regardless of what they need to do to get it or who they need to have in their circle to obtain that job. So they can accumulate money in the bank early, even though that they probably won't part with it quickly. They'll still rely on, borrowing lunch money maybe from a friend or something while their own bank account accumulates. So I guess that's all we have today for Capricorn in the early degrees. That's some of the planets. If you'd like more information about your chart or early placements or readings, I'll have a link in the description below and look forward to talking to you. Thanks so much for watching.